Well, wow, what a week it has been in the fantasy world. The return of Harry Kane from his short-term injury after all of that. Liverpool stunning Manchester City at Anfield in the Champions League. But then Mo.Salah limping off injured, Mark.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the bigger shock was. Was it Liverpool winning 3-0 or this man disappearing down the tunnel in 53 minutes? I was certainly panicked. A lot of managers were as well. The top-owned player in the game, of course. So this is a big problem for us now. You know, going into the Merseyside derby, how many minutes is Salah going to get? Is he going to get a start? A lot of doubts. OK, well, what do we do about this then? How do we best plan around Salah's injury? It didn't look like it was anything too bad. It looks like he's still going to play in that second leg against Manchester City next week. But are you certain he's going to miss the Everton game now? No, we're not absolutely certain. But I think the Klopp hinted after the game that he would have to make some changes with the second leg in mind. And that's understandable, perhaps. It's a massive game against Everton. But I'm not confident that Salah will start it. I think if he's in contention, he'll be on the bench and he'll see some minutes there. So he's been the top captain pick in 5 of the last 6 game weeks. I think he still might be, but for me personally, I think I'd look elsewhere for the captaincy in game week 33.
In terms of Liverpool's league position, they're 10 points clear of Chelsea in 5th. Mo.Salah also has the World Cup to look forward to with Egypt this summer. So is it likely that Salah wants to risk himself if he has got a bit of a niggle, and will Klopp want to risk him?
I think he'll play if he's fit. But the trouble is, it depends if Liverpool progress to the semi-finals. And if they do, then suddenly you look at these fixtures and think, where is Salah going to get a rest, if at all?
Yeah.
I think the Stoke game in game week 36, that's a fixture we want Salah and we'd captain him in. But is that going to be a doubt? Because it's in between the 2 legs of the semi-final if Liverpool get there. So that's a problem now. I think we were keeping Salah with game week 35 in mind. If you didn't have the free hit, then you keep him for that. But if you do have the free hit, it means you can transfer him out here, bring him back for 35. And then realistically, if you think he's going to be a rotation threat here, perhaps the only fixture you need him for is the final day fixture on game week 38. And then you can make plans to get him back. So with the free hit, the landscape changes a lot now.
So Liverpool progressing to the next stages of the Champions League in some way could be bad news for Salah owners, but it could also be good news because it means it could free up some funds elsewhere. But can we really risk not having him in our team?
This is it. If you're brave enough to sell him, I think we've got to wait on what Jurgen Klopp says, and I think you've got to make a call regarding whether you've got the free hit or not. If you haven't, then it might be worth holding on to him on the hope that he plays in game week 35. I think he will. There's a good chance he'll figure in 34 as well. But if you've got the free hit, the chance to free up some funds, maybe to get Harry Kane, is very tempting. OK, well, speaking of Harry Kane, great news for Tottenham fans and great news for Harry Kane. Obviously, he's chasing that golden boot, but this feels a little bit like deja vu because at this point last season, Harry Kane came back from injury and he was chasing Lukaku for the golden boot. He ended up winning the golden boot last year and he's in a very similar position this season, chasing Mo.Salah. It's a little bit spooky, this, because it was an ankle injury last time as well, exactly the same time of year.
And his face hasn't changed much either.
No,
exactly the same expression.
But he ended up scoring 10 goals after this as well. So, and looking at the fixtures, looking at what Tottenham have got to come, he could easily do the same again. He's not given up on that. Look at Spurs' fixtures coming up. He's going to be chasing this Salah total, and there's no doubt about it. He goes to Stoke next. They've won 4-0 the last 2 times there, so there's a good chance that Kane's going to deliver points in that. That Manchester City figure, the first of the game week 34 fixtures, doesn't look as daunting if City have won the title then as well.
Yeah.
And then look at this in game week 37. If we don't get him for 34, we're definitely going to want him for the double game week here, because not only is he a captain candidate, probably the best one, he's a triple captain candidate against West Brom and Newcastle, where literally he could replicate what he did in game week 37 last season.
The great news is it doesn't look like there's any risk of Kane being rested, because even when they do have their FA Cup match against Manchester United, the match previous to that, there's no fixture for Tottenham, so no risk of rotation or rest for him there. And they had a very similar, I'm pretty sure I remember this rightly, had a very similar schedule last season. He didn't get rested at all.
Yeah, there is no way Kane's going to miss a game, I don't not with the golden boot chase still on. He'll be absolutely chasing that. It's very, very hard, and he's got the fixtures to do it. So we could see a repeat of last season, where we got 10 goals over this spell.
He's already said, I want to win that golden boot, hasn't he? So we know he's going to want to be scoring.
Yeah, and it's the tactic about getting him in. My plan at the moment is I'm going to take 2 transfers in the game week 34, bring him in then, I'll downgrade in midfield to get Kane in then. The other thing you can do is you can take a hit in 36 and bring him in at that point. That could be an option.
OK.